Greetings and welcome back to RuralVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith. I'd like to show you another property I've got up for sale on the website. And so this one, I've got it pulled up here. Some pictures are streaming by. Is 4 acres for $99 a month. I had a different price on there and I changed it to a lot easier, $99 a month. So let's pull this up. I believe this is the G, right? This is a G property. And I just made a video about the H one. So the H is up for sale as far as I know. It might be sold by now, but it's up for sale right now. So this is the G. So you could put them together and get 8 acres, or there's parcel C over here as the making of this video. That one's still for sale as well. So you can look on the website. If you search by the APN of this property, or go to the link below and search by the APN of this property, you can see all the ones that are for sale and the ones that are sold. You just put the APN number in the search and it shows you all of them. You just pick out the ones that are for sale and you can do that. Or you can also go on the map search part of my website and you can zoom in on this property and you can see the ones that are still for sale there as well. So this is parcel G. It's 264 feet north to south and 660 feet east to west. And GPS coordinates I got on the website should put you right in the middle of that. So let's take a look at this. There's it's like $40-something a year in taxes. Let's open up the GPS coordinates. Let's make sure the link works here. The $99, yep, starts immediately, recurs monthly, starting immediately for 24 periods. So you put your title in there, what name you want to own the property in, you and your kids, or you and your spouse, or you know, your trust, or your LLC, or whatever. I've got some how-to videos on the website and the frequently asked questions part about title information and how to set up a trust. And if this is your first piece of land and you got, you know, kids to leave it to or something like that, or a church or a charity or whatever, it might be a good idea to set up a trust. I'll show you how to do it for basically free on there. Yeah, hit next and it's your property. You can start using it the same day. You could put it in your name and then set up a trust later and come back to me and say, hey Luke, I want it in the trust name, you know, because you're doing payments for 2 years before I actually write it over into your name. So anywhere in the 2 years you can get the trust set up, put it in the trust name then. So GPS pulled up the maps, and so now we're talking about, there's a little airport not real close to the property, but kind of halfway between the property and town. Douglas is about 15 miles away down to the south. There's a lumber shop, there's a Walmart, there's, you know, all kinds of supplies. You get your car fixed, car parts and everything else. I mean, but you got Agua Prieta right here, right? That's one of the next things I got on my hit list to do. I don't think I'm gonna get to it this weekend, but I live right by the border and everyone's always asking me about living by the border. I think it's great. You know, you could get all kinds of different food and you can get a lot of stuff done. Like you go down to Tijuana is where I go, and there's a shop there that does paint and upholstery, and there's comments online and Yelp and stuff. People drive down from like Sacramento, get there Friday, turn their car in, hang out in Tijuana for 2 days, go see the sights, enjoy the food, the music, and that kind of stuff. And then like Monday, you can pick up your car and it's all new upholstery, all new paint. It doesn't cost that much. And I don't know how the paint dries that fast, but you drive it back. So I'd probably go drop my truck off for a week or two, give them a good long time to work on it, and then go pick it up, hitchhike in the meantime, just ride my bike. It's fine. I don't need the truck because the horses keep leaning on the truck and denting it up. I got a new quarter panel and a couple pieces. I'd have them put it back together. It needs a paint job and the paint's falling apart. It's old truck, right? It's paid for. I don't want to buy a new one, or it just works. It always starts. It always runs. So what would I do? Buy a new one? I could just get it resurfaced. And because I live next to Mexico, they do it for not hardly any money. And that's cool. That's nice about living next to Mexico. It's not just that. It could be your teeth. My sister was riding my wife's horse, and the horse slipped on some new pavement, or going through trails, and went across someone's driveway who just resurfaced their driveway. And the horse fell on my sister's foot, and she hurt her foot. And so she decided she'd go down to Tijuana, went down to the hospital there, and got x-rayed and checked out and everything. And it was $19. I mean, $19, and it's Americanized hospital, brand new, clean, fancy, polished. They speak English. They do, fancy equipment, everything. $19. You try to get that in the U.S. It doesn't happen. That's a beautiful thing about living close to Mexico. You can dance back and forth across the border with all kinds of little bureaucracy weirdnesses on one side or the other. And you take advantage of the pros and cons, or the pros on one side and the pros on the other, just by going back and forth. So I think that's a neat thing about living near the border that a lot of people don't understand or don't see, don't care. Pharmacy, like, yeah, right, you're not going to the pharmacy in the US. Go to the Mexican side. You get the same stuff for pennies on the dollar. So there's the property. Here are some lot lines to the full property. This one's a piece of it here. I pulled up Leslie Canyon National Wildlife Refuge on Instagram, because this is just the property is just next to it, right? So no idea what that picture is. And then this is like up in the mountains looking down. I think this looks like some of the chunks of land that are right by the property. Yeah, this could be the property, like right down here in between some of these things that are sticking up out of the valley. Let's see what else they have. Man, my kid would go crazy for that one. Yesterday, the kids dug like a 3-foot wide by 6 or 7 foot long. It almost looks like they're trying to bury a corpse or something in the backyard, couple feet deep, and they filled it with water. They were digging out the worms for chickens. They're digging up worms and feeding them to the chickens, all kinds of bugs that they find in the soil. And if they found one of these things, my 4-year-old, I mean, he'd just stick it in his pocket. He'd be so happy. So here's some of the Dr. Seuss plants as you get up into the hills, looking down. I think it's beautiful countryside. Somehow Nemo got out there. There's that bug again. I wonder if that's the same one. A giant desert centipede. Some birds, doing some bird collection, bird hunting. They're actually catching the birds. My camera doesn't take a picture very far away. I'm just going to catch them. You could go climb that. Oh, those kids look like they're having fun. Some good plants, healthy looking vegetation. A little hummingbird. Some bike. There's some scenery in the background. Look at that scenery. I mean, don't look at the bike, but look out. This is the kind of valley we're looking at. Like a chunk like this sticking out of the valley floor is what you'd be next to. Maybe that's the same rock. I don't know. So there's some pictures of the area. I pulled up some house plans just because I'm always looking at house plans, and maybe you'll plant the seed of something that you want to build on the property. But I looked at this one and like, this looks kind of boring, but sometimes boring is easy. And they're just doing some cement. It's a nice piece of wood in between. They're not paying for tile. They're not paying for all kinds of surfacing. They're just doing cement. Maybe a little bit of stain. That doesn't even look like they stained it. This furniture is, I like looking at furniture. This just looks like some, stained wood on some flat bar. You weld some flat bar together and you got a bench. I like that. Might steal that one. I like this too. They just put a bench along the wall, and that saves a whole bunch of furniture. We live in San Diego, right? So there's some fancy neighborhoods and houses and stuff. Some of our friends buy a big house, and then they invite us over, and you go inside and they have no furniture. They spend all the money they got on the down payment and the taxes, insurance, and everything. They can't get any furniture. I like to make my own furniture. Some of it looks funny, but it means more to me because I made it. I like to look at stuff like this. This looks like some Pinterest project you could make. But a simple thing like a bench along the wall like that cuts out a whole lot of furniture. My wife doesn't say, well, let's put a chair over there and a couch over here and a something, 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 because the bench is just already there. It's just wood. It's cheap, it's fast, it's easy, just goes in. Here's some Martha Stewart design stuff. This is, I don't know about that. That just looks like a ridiculous chunk of wood. Over the top countertops, bunch of glass my kids would break on day one. Yeah, but a rock garden, the kids love to throw the rocks in the pool. It's just not practical at all. But what I like about this one, I was looking at it before. Here's someone, I don't know. They're just laying out the garden. 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, 1 floor, no garage, 3,100 square feet. It's like, wow, that's a lot of square foot, but look at the layout. The layout just looks easy. So you got the covered porch, and you got just one simple roof line, right? Like one roof line the whole way. You don't have to like do any angled stuff. No 45s, no 90s, nothing. Just one long roof, covered porch, with a great room in the middle. And this great room, I like that idea because you've got the kitchen over here flowing into the dining room, so you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth a million times like you do all the time, every meal. And there might be a countertop here. You might even have some bar stools for breakfast or something. And then dining room over here. So you got the fireplace here. No idea where they put the TV. It's probably time to chuck the TV out anyway. You don't want to waste time on that. You can work on some other projects, make some money, learn, improve yourself, do some woodworking, make some furniture, that kind of thing. Go get a pottery wheel. I think that's what I'm going to work on for my birthday. I built a big pottery wheel. I think I want to build a better one that's a little more even, and then go get some fire bricks. My last ceramic furnace is melted. I make a new one. I think that's coming up, one of my new projects. And that's a lot better than watching TV. So then you got bedroom, master bedroom over here on one wing, and then you got the kids' rooms over here, closets and bathrooms and stuff. Everyone's got their own bathrooms. It's like bathroom loaded kind of house. Then you just put cement everywhere, put radiant heating in there, and nice warm feet everywhere you walk around. For some reason I like this one. For a bigger square footage, I like this one. I like that some of the little artsy ones too, but I got kids and they don't fit. So a whole bunch of bedrooms like this. I might get rid of the hallway and just have people walk outside and just keep the cement warm. Just keep it at, I don't know, something that's warm enough for your feet all the time. Radiant style. Just walk outside, freeze your feet. $1,245 for the plans. You can download it, click, download it, start building, follow the directions. Google the rest, YouTube the rest. There you go. So click the link below to get back to my website, and then $99 down gets you into the property. I pay all the fees, all the recording, all the taxes. You pay the taxes while you're making the payments. I get the taxes paid up into the property, at a time. Make sure they're all paid up for you, and I'll sign it over in your name when it's paid off. $99 a month. There's a link right here. Click that, fill out your information. It's yours. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. If you subscribe, you'll see more presentations like this. And if you find or see one of the live videos I give land away in those, so you can watch those and get some free land if you want. If you watch to the end, sometimes they're a couple hours long, but watch to the end and answer some questions. You get a free piece of property. I've been giving them away. A couple different people have been winning them. It's been a lot of fun. So watch for those too. Gotta subscribe to see them. Thanks.